Edmonton, Calgary, Battle of Alberta, 21-22 on the rotation. No line on this hockey game as of yet, but I can tell you this right now. There is no way, none, zero, that I make a case for Calgary at this point in time. And for me, it's either Edmonton or pass. Now, it's going to be interesting. It's not like Edmonton's a great team. Edmonton's had a bad season too, but again, with Edmonton, we're still seeing some spark. We're still seeing, and because you got a captain like Connor McDavid, who you clearly can tell this guy is going to probably be a good captain for this team. His effort during this, we've been long out of the playoffs, but Connor McDavid's played some of his best hockey of the season the last couple weeks. It's because he's got that leadership quality that you like. Hey, a bad season, but I'm going to go out there and still bust my ass and play hard nightly. You see that from Connor McDavid. He's led by example very well for this Edmonton team. And when the captain leads that way, gives you that spark, that effort, intensity on a nightly basis, even in the midst of at the end of a brutal, disappointing season, that says something. And you're seeing that with Edmonton. Now, I know they've lost 3 straight games, but, Columbus game got away from them. Columbus was red hot going into that game, 7-3. It was just one of those weird games got away from them. 5-4 overtime loss to Anaheim, who's battling for their playoff lives. I don't see that being a terrible loss. Vancouver 2-1, but Vancouver's still giving you effort. So, that's not a ridiculously bad loss. Let's put it that way for Edmonton. So even though they've lost 3 in a row, it's not something it's not a lack of effort issue. It's not a lack of showing up issue. Edmonton is still giving you that fight night in, night out, giving you a decent effort at least. And I think decent effort from Edmonton is probably all it's going to take to walk over and roll over this moribund, deflated, injury-riddled, emotionally and physically shot, offensively challenged. I could go on talking about this Calgary Flames team right now. So that's all it's going to take. Give me a little effort, give me a little intensity, Edmonton tonight. Show you want to win this one, and you should be good. And it's worth noting, Edmonton's really dominated Calgary head-to-head. You look at the recent meetings, we're looking at 7-1 for Edmonton the last 8 head-to-head meetings. So it's a question of where does this line come out? If it's less than -150, I'll look at the money line on Edmonton. If it's more than that, I got no problem laying the puck line against Calgary. I've been doing it repeatedly lately. Probably try to do it once again tonight. Alex B. Smith, Oilers Flames. What do you got?
Right as you started talking about this game, Bet Online posted Calgary as -110, and then it quickly bounced to Edmonton -111. So I don't even know what to say about that other than somebody's falling asleep at the wheel perhaps over at Bet Online. But I'm going with Edmonton for sure. I've been fading Calgary, and it's been paying in dividends for me as of late. And this Calgary team, they've been outscored 33-8 in the last dozen games now. They've just been absolutely horrific. Even though Johnny Gaudreau could be coming back, they said he's more than likely going to be returning from the personal issue. They've been keeping him out a couple of games. Still doesn't matter. Still missing Kachuk. Still missing Brody. This team's still completely lifeless. And like I said, Edmonton team that had they've been getting beat by some decent teams. They haven't been completely laying down like Calgary. They've won 8 of the last 10 meetings in this rivalry series. You think, oh, okay, maybe that's the reason for this line. That, oh, well, it's the Battle of Alberta. Maybe Calgary are trying to get fired up for it. This is the one kind of last home hurrah against a rival at the end of the year. I don't see that happening whatsoever. I'm on the Oilers tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely is. If that's the price, if we're talking in a minus even money to -120 range here with Edmonton, absolutely. That's a bet for me, Edmonton. No question about that. Let's not also forget, even though Gaudreau might come back, still no Kachuk, still no Monahan, and arguably one of their better defensive-minded defensemen now out and left the last game due to injury, and now he's out. Travis Hamonic for the Calgary Flames. Physical presence, decent in his own zone. Now he's out, so the injury woes get worse for this Calgary team. So I got no problems in that price range with Edmonton, none whatsoever. Andrew McGinnis, what do you say about this game?
Guys, you're really going to give me, this Edmonton team at -120 against the Calgary team averaging around 2.6 goals per game. Edmonton completely dominating them, 7-1 in their last 8 versus the Calgary Flames. And, to be quite honest with you, the Battle of Alberta is actually a big deal. It's actually an important thing. And these games do matter. But more importantly, this is a better team that underachieved all season long. The puzzle pieces were there. Some stuff happened that juggled around lines. They traded away some guys, made some trades, and it just didn't work out for this Edmonton Oilers team. So in my eyes, this is my best bet here on the Ice Guys show for myself. And, just looking down the list, I mean, I know Ian just mentioned it, but I know Kachuk, Gaudreau, Monahan, Hamonic, Brody, Versteeg. All those guys are going to be out tonight for this Calgary Flames team. Meanwhile, the Edmonton Oilers are relatively healthy. And, whether people like it or not, I'm going to keep saying this. Teams like Edmonton are not going to roll over and just pack their bags for this season. Games like this are important to them. Games like this are going to be, are you a professional athlete? Are you someone that's not going to just pack it in? Does this game mean anything to you? And I think if it does, they'd show Calgary how it's done. They give them the work tonight. And, they're injured, they're banged up. And, maybe a good performance from Cam Talbot tonight as well. Best bet for me, Edmonton Oilers minus 120 on the money line.
There you go. Early best bet for Andrew here. Edmonton, liking them a lot. Yeah, I mean, that price surprised me a little bit. Like, I honestly don't expect Edmonton to be more than minus 150. I expected minus 140 even on Edmonton at least. Give me that. I know they're not a great team, but you see the Calgary injury situation? Do you see the recent results odds makers with Calgary? Of course they don't. They're tied up with Final Four and tournament and baseball and NBA. Of course they don't see that. Look at these results for Calgary here. 7-4, 4-0, 5-2, 4-0, 5-1, 3-0, 5-1. They haven't even come close to winning these games, these last 7 games, Calgary. I mean, they're obviously hey, Dana's said this many, many times. They're asleep at the wheel sometimes when it comes to hockey. They really, really are. And they were asleep at this line. No question about that. No doubt about that whatsoever here with this Oiler Flames game. If it's come out where I think it has in this minus 120-ish, minus 110 to minus 120-ish range.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.